What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Webb Show, episode 56. How absolutely bonkers is that? That's really what I'm trying to figure out here. Guys, I am a little bit flabbergasted about the topic that we're going to primarily be discussing today. There's a lot of news that has been going on just literally yesterday. Like I was just trying to take it easy yesterday evening. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna finally watch Wicked for the first time. I'm doing that. In the midst of that, my buddy Topaz, he messages me and he's like, bro, you seen these new Nintendo Switch leaks? And I'm like, these are the last ones that I saw from like a couple months ago. And he was like, nah, some hit it today. So those exist. I guess I'll pull those up and we can look at that tonight as well. If you guys are watching back on whether it's the audio version or on YouTube later on, you know, you might have already seen a lot of these, but it's interesting. But that's not the main thing today. There's a couple things on the docket. We'll look at these new Joy-Con leaks. We'll look at the Gamer Club and what that is. A new kind of like a book club thing that I have started, and it is currently going on right now. It's already January, so it's currently going on. Anyone that wants to be a part of that, I would love to have you be a part of that. I'll explain a little bit of that as we go in. And then the main thing on the docket today is this little thing called Honey. Honey is a browser extension. Many of you have probably heard of or used it. I actually have a poll that's live in the Twitch chat right now. If you're watching this live, that you can be a part of. Let me know what you think. It's literally just who here has used Honey, the browser extension? I have not. And what's Honey? I'm going to explain what Honey is in a little bit. So if you are interested and if you're here live and you'd like to contribute to that poll, do so. But boy, oh boy. So that's what's on the docket today. Why don't we go ahead and kick things off while we're giving everyone a chance to vote in that poll. Why don't we go ahead and kick things off with some of the lesser news? So I don't know if you can actually call this lesser news per se, but that is the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con leak. I'm trying to find the pictures. Here we go, just in Google real quick of what we had to see. If you're listening only and not watching, I'll do my best to describe it to you. Like here's an image, for example. Let's just open this up in a new tab. Here's an image, for example, that is kind of a comparison of the two. The one on Oh man, I messed up again. The one on the right is the Joy-Con that we already have, and the one on the left is the new Joy-Con. Effectively, the first thing you're going to notice is that the new Joy-Con is significantly larger. I say significant. It's probably maybe like quarter of an inch taller. It looks like it's not going to be any thicker. But the really wild part is the design from the side perspective. So let's see if I can find that image again really quick from the side. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Let's open this in a new tab. Check this, guys. Okay. So this is front on. This is the leak so far. If you guys are not interested in the leak, close your eyes. From the side, you can see that the blue portion kind of juts out, almost like a socket, like it's going to be a peg and socket design. And so what I'm assuming that the side of the Switch is going to be much the same. We have this connector that you can see that's visible right here, and then a larger SL and SR button. So it appears that this whole piece is just going to just slot right into the side of the Joy-Con. This honestly should give a stronger hold, if I'm being completely honest. Like it should be a sturdier build. And it also, we had heard rumors about magnets, like it connecting via magnet, but there's a lot of question about like structural stability if a magnet was the only thing that was holding on the Joy-Con. Well, this makes a lot of sense because if there are magnets inside of this railing and maybe even this, whatever this port thing is here that like connects to maybe a some type of connector on the inside of the Joy-Con that you wouldn't be able to touch. I'm sorry, the inside of the Switch too that you wouldn't be able to touch otherwise. That could do, data pass-through as well as charging. It can handle all of that. All the connections are there. And then you can kind of see these ports here that appear to be magnets. And if they're pretty strong magnets, once you slide in, it should hold it in, and then the actual mechanism piece would actually give you all the structural support. Honestly, more structural support than what we saw on the previous iteration. That's genuinely all the news there is to it. This is just the new leak. I'm pretty certain that is going to be what the Switch Joy-Con looks like. Pretty certain that's it. And so, yeah. All right, right now we've got poll is almost done. So far, only one of you has voted in it and said that you have not used Honey. That is fantastic. Let's go ahead and jump in to what Honey is. So if you're not familiar with Honey, Honey is a browser extension. It was available on Google Chrome, on Firefox, on Opera, pretty much whatever web browser you wanted to use. I think it even worked on mobile. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it did. And the whole point of the what was sold to us anyway, what Honey told us it did, was that at checkout, whenever you're shopping online, it would browse the internet. It would look all across the internet to try to find coupon codes or promo codes that it could apply to your purchase right at the last step. You're in your cart, you're at checkout, it's going to scroll and look for those. If it finds something, you click apply, it puts it in there, you save money. And honestly, it appears that it works, that it worked for the consumer. But thanks to an in-depth review of a YouTuber named Megalag, I'm going to have his link to his video posted in the chat on Twitch here in a few minutes, and it's going to be in the description wherever you guys listen back to, whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, wherever. It'll be in the description for you guys to check out if you're watching this later on after the live stream. It's very good. It's very in-depth, and I would highly encourage anyone that's interested in the ins and the outs of what Honey has done. What I'm saying is a scam. Check out his video. But Megalag, he brought a lot to the surface whenever he did this deep dive, and turns out Honey is a little sketchy. And it's sketchy in more ways than one. The first way is that, so this is effectively how Honey worked. You click on it, you get to the last thing, and you click on Honey and it applies coupon codes. That all sounds great, right? But I, as a content creator, and many other content creators, we are in this thing that is effectively like an affiliateship market. It's like we recognize, if any of you have ever made content before, if you have followed along the journey of your favorite content creators, you know that there's really not a whole lot of money to be had, especially on Twitch, with ads. I think ads, for me, at a size of a little over 1,000 followers, with a decent viewership, I make maybe 30-something cents per month from Twitch ads. Almost all of my income from Twitch comes from the use of bits, or it comes from, subscribing, gifting subs, or external ways of trying to create some income and some revenue. The most popular of those ways amongst content creators is through some type of affiliateship program. This is how affiliateship programs work, okay? I have everything up here in a Google Doc, but basically what would happen, here's an example from Short Circuit, which is Linus Tech Tips, his podcast. Here's an example for that. Basically how this works is it's kind of like a seller's referral ticket. So whenever Linus or myself or Short Circuit, whenever we would recommend something to you, recommend a product or whatnot, if we liked something and we had an affiliate link or an affiliate code, when you'd click that, it would store a cookie onto your computer, your phone, whatever. And on in the URL, it looks something like what you see here on the screen. It would be, whatever you're going to buy, -Short Circuit or -Webby Pumpkin or whatnot. Well, with Honey, what they were doing is when you get to the last step of checkout and Honey browses for different coupons, anything like that, when you click on them, they would open up a little tab, almost unnoticeable, and then they would change that affiliate link to -PayPal or whatever. If you guys don't know, Honey is owned by PayPal. PayPal is the parent company. They would change that cookie so that at the very last step, if you went through with the sale, rather than Short Circuit or Webby Pumpkin or whatever content creator you're trying to support, that all the goodness of your heart that you think that you're contributing to, well, you didn't actually. You contributed to PayPal. Well, that in and of itself isn't necessarily a scam. Like I feel I have a hard time saying that that's a scam or illegal, perhaps. But what I don't have a hard time saying is that it's kind of scummy. But it went further than that. See, this is where it gets absolutely wild. So it all works on a last click policy. Whatever, link you clicked on last is the person who gets the affiliate credit. Honestly, there are a couple different ways that affiliate programs could work. It could be first click. It could be, split up between how many different clicks. If you click on this creator's link, it could split between that, or it can be last click. And last click is just the easiest to implement. So it has one. Convenience is king. Since Honey basically acts as a salesman that just sits there, at the register, just chilling, just hanging out, there, and you show up, you're like, yeah, I want to buy this. And they're like, oh, you want to look and see if there's any coupons? Oh, we don't have any coupons for you, but here's your referral ticket back. But they don't give back the original referral ticket. What do I mean by that? Okay, it's great if you got a coupon through Honey and you saved a little bit of money. But a lot of times, Honey might not actually find a coupon for you. It says, oh, sorry, we didn't find any coupons for you. And if you click on the button that says thanks or close to acknowledge that there are no coupons, Honey changes the authenticator cookie anyway. They didn't benefit you at all as a consumer, but they still took credit for the sale, despite the fact that they didn't actually find a coupon. It's even more egregious than that, guys. Sometimes, if you have like PayPal rewards or whatnot, Honey will also pop up this little notification here at the top. Let me zoom in a little bit more here for those of us who are watching on video. This pay with PayPal, despite the fact that there's a PayPal checkout built into, in this case, Old Navy's website, Honey, who's owned by PayPal, would say, hey, we didn't find anything, but you can get rewards if you pay with PayPal. If you clicked on this PayPal checkout that's built into the Honey pop-up, Honey would take credit for the sale. That's pretty crappy. No matter what they did, that's just crappy. But that's not it. Let's see, I got the whole list here. I want to make sure I don't skip anything. Honey takes creators' commissions, gives back almost nothing in savings to the customer. There's this thing called Honey Gold, I think. Yeah, Honey Gold. Honey Gold is effectively a rewards program. So the creator that found all this, Megalag, he actually did a test, and he looked at NordVPN was the user he did. He signed up for the NordVPN affiliate ship, and then he just ran a test. He said, all right, I'm going to get an affiliate ship. I'm going to open up a browser with all new email, all new browser, no cookies stored or anything, and I'm going to sign up for NordVPN using my own affiliate link. And then I'm going to go into the back end of his affiliate link to see how much money NordVPN paid out. In that video, NordVPN paid out $35.60. So when he purchased with his link, that meant that the creator made $35.60. But whenever he purchased through Honey Gold couldn't find any coupons, but they were like, hey, you're eligible for rewards with this purchase. Honey Gold stole the commission, so it replaced that cookie, that authenticator cookie, and then it gave back for the same thing. It gave back 89 gold points, which is, in effect, 89 cents. So Honey took $35.60 that would have been the original creator, the original person who recommended NordVPN. It took the $35.60 from them. And then it gave back 89 cents to the consumer. So it barely even paid that forward just to take the sale. And would you believe that is not even the most egregious thing Honey was doing? There are certain stores and companies that are Honey partners. Well, you have to it begs the question, why on earth would I be affiliated with Honey as a business that is trying to make sales, Like, if my whole thing is to make sales and that's my profit, why would I even like a company that is out there looking for coupons and trying to make it so that customers pay me, the store owner, less? Well, Honey is kind of speaking out of both sides of their mouth. There's this very disingenuous, scammy nature, and this is where I think it really is a scam. Honey partners are allowed to choose the percentage and the coupons that Honey shows on checkout. So, for example, if Nike, I'm not saying that Nike did, but if Nike is a honey partner, they can tell Honey, hey, we only want you to show 10% off coupons, even though promo codes for 50, 60, or 70% may exist. As a matter of fact, whenever Megalag did the video, he was regularly able to find promo codes outside of Honey that saved him more money than Honey's "we found you the best deal" did. The only reason that's really scummy is Honey sponsored hundreds of creators with 5,000 plus video promotions where Honey specifically said, if we can't find you a deal, rest assured you have the best price. Or if we found you a deal, then you can rest assured that that is the best price out there. There's not a better deal than what Honey could find. They are literally marketing. It's a marketing scam. They're literally marketing this to consumers, and it's just a flat out lie. It's just a flat out lie to consumers about what Honey is actually doing. So if I'm selling anything online, I would be an absolute fool to not be a Honey partner and to not try my hardest to make sure that I could regulate those sales. And everybody wins except honestly at this point, except the consumers, and certainly not content creators. So I said all of that really, really quickly. That is basically the antithesis of this. So why do I care? As a creator that's not, that's not Linus Tech Tips, that's not Ludwig. Like as a small creator, why do I care? Well, one, because I'm in the space, guys. I care a lot about not just my own interests, but friends of mine. I care a lot about the interest of other content creators that are my size, where, if you're an Austin Evans, or if you're a Linus Tech Tips, or if you're a Harris Heller, then you have reached the point in your career at that size that, thankfully, affiliate marketplace is not necessarily the bulk of your income. Ad revenue certainly isn't, and things like that. But like partnerships and other deals, diversification. These are creators that have diversified to a point that this is going to hurt them. They are a victim, but it isn't going to hurt them to the point that it likely would prevent food on their table. But when you're my size, when you're 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, averaging like 20 to 30 viewers, when you're my size, it is a wall. It is a brick wall that holds, at least for me, that holds me one step further back, at arm's length away, from pursuing content creation as a viable career. What do I mean by that? Well, it means that for every dollar, because we're not here getting rich, I do this not to make money first. I do this because I love community and I love being in the zeitgeist about issues and talking about tech and talking about gaming. I love this stuff. Like, I love this industry. That is first and foremost. But secondly, if I want to do it, full time or to the best of my ability, the only way that I can do that in the world that we live in is to try to create income around it in some way. For every dollar, because these things don't pay a lot, for every dollar that I don't make, or that PayPal Honey or a business similar to PayPal Honey kind of just swipes out from under me at the last step, all that work that I put in with no reward, for every dollar that I don't make, that is a 1 hour more, or 1 day or 1 year more, or whatever, that I have to continue working a different job to subsidize the hobby. At this point, it's kind of a hobby, but to subsidize what I do here. It's holding me back further. And it also, even if it's not that, it's less money that I can put back into into creating content. Because ultimately, that is pretty much all that I don't make a lot of money at this size. But I'm fortunate. I'm grateful for everyone who does contribute, who are YouTube members and who sub and who gift bits and gift donations. But I pretty much put all of that money back into creating the content, whether it's buying a game, maintaining subscriptions like Game Pass. That is the biggest one, like maintaining subscriptions so that we can continue to play and play together. I really value playing online games together. or upgrading equipment, and I don't own the nicest bells and whistles. The nicest piece of equipment I own is this microphone, and I've vowed to not buy another one because there are just as good of microphones for speaking into at a quarter of the price. I just didn't know. I was learning. This SM7B was the industry standard at the time, and it's the one you see everyone speaking into when they're doing podcasts and they're doing video. So I was like, oh, that must be the best microphone. I learned putting some of that money into education so that I can make content better. All of those things, I pretty much just try to put all the money back into what I'm doing because I love it so much. But I'm limited if the income, the revenue source, is being stolen from me in the last step. Well, you're probably thinking, well, Webby, at your size, has this ever actually affected you? Actually, yes. Yes, it has. This is what I plan to do about it. I went back in time, and there were 3 particular instances where honey has, I believe, 100% affected my ability to turn income. I am an Advanced GG affiliate, so use code Webby10 and don't use honey if you would like to save 10% off your purchase at Advanced GG. I'd really appreciate that. I have tested it myself with honey installed when I got to the last where I put in code Webby10. When you get to the last step, honey will offer to find you another deal. Not only it does find a coupon, but the coupon isn't as good as the 10% off. So it was like, I think it was 4% off. So it wasn't as good as my 10% off coupon. So I entered my coupon back in, and honey changed the affiliate code at the top. So it's possible that you incredible people that were wanting Advanced GG and wanted to use that purchase to support me, if you've used honey, it's very likely, I've seen it happen on my own browser, that honey took the credit for that. I will never know for sure other than what I've seen, because I don't know who for sure has or hasn't purchased Advanced GG with my code. But that isn't necessarily the case for the sponsorship that I got before Advanced GG, which was Factor 10. That was last year. Factor 10, I had people coming into chat saying that they were excited because they ordered their first box. I had a deal where if you used my link, you got 50% off your first deal or your first box. I got a commission for every time my link was used. You guys got 50% off. No one would have noticed because PayPal's deal was the same thing. 50% off your first box. That's pretty much across the board what Factor does. But I had people that were posting in the chat and posting photos of their Factor meals coming in my Discord, like photos of them, like I got my box. And somehow on the back end, when the sponsorship window ended, I was missing 3 boxes. 3 boxes that I know were purchased because I saw them. I saw that they were purchased. I guess I wasn't standing over their shoulder, so I can't prove 100% that they did in fact use my link. But I believe that they did because they had a box. They put money there, and they certainly wouldn't have paid full price for it just to convince me that they had used my code. Why wouldn't they have actually just used my code and got 50% off? 3 boxes were unaccounted for, and I didn't understand. I thought it was a glitch, or maybe someone canceled their order. I didn't want to, be one of those guys that was just asking like, hey, what happened here? But 3 boxes were missing. 3 boxes. I'll be honest with you, I made about $150 per box. Guys, I want you to recognize that's $450 of income. That was the best deal I've ever had in my life. $450 of those subscriptions I did not make. That is a big, big, big blow when you're my size and you're used to making, $20 to $30 a month on income with this. And then the biggest one, the furthest one back, was I remember being so excited because I was approved on a trial basis for the Amazon affiliate program. So then that way I could just use my Amazon affiliate links for anything that I buy or any products that I use underneath my YouTube videos. And I have 3 friends that I know IRL that I know for a fact purchased, like I do know this for a fact, purchased, at the time it was Oculus, but they purchased a Meta Quest 2. All 3 of them used my affiliate link. I only ever saw one of them. On the back end, I only ever saw one of those purchases come through, and then some other odd and end things that people had just clicked on my link and then ordered whatever they wanted to from Amazon. Because if you don't know, if you click on an Amazon affiliate link and you don't buy that item, but you still buy something on Amazon within like a certain window of time, you'll still get a small. It's smaller than a regular one, but the affiliate will still get a small kickback just because they brought you to the website, and then you scrolled around. So I made very little. I didn't make enough to hit the threshold to remain an affiliate, even though if all three of those Oculus quests had gone through, I certainly would have made enough to lock in my affiliateship. I lost the affiliateship the next month, and I never knew why until now. I reached out to those friends, and I was like, hey, do you guys use Honey? And it's far enough back that I can't say for sure. I can't prove for sure. But I feel in my heart, I feel like I know in my heart that I lost those deals because PayPal took them. Right at the last step, PayPal took my affiliateship, and I lost access to that revenue stream entirely. That's awful. It's also not even just not like a predator, but like a virus for these creators like Marcus Brownlee and Austin Evans and Linus Tech Tips, etc. And Mr. Beast, probably the biggest promoter of Honey, who promoted Honey, likely got a large buy-in from their communities, large communities that installed Honey on their PCs, on their browsers, and then continued to watch Mr. Beast or Linus or whoever moving forward from that point, but with Honey installed after those channels had told them to install Honey, continued to watch. And every time that those people who were supporting Linus or supporting, Austin Evans to begin with, every time that they used that link, every time they used any affiliate link from that point forward, anytime they supported those channels again through an additional affiliate link, Honey stole from those channels because they seeded it in like a virus. It was a leech. They put a leech. They said, "Here, give this leech to your community." And from that point there, they sniped every one of those faithful supporting community members from those channels. So what does that mean? What am I asking you guys to do? I'm actually not asking you to do anything. Use your conviction. If you feel like Honey is it is misleading you, it's lying about the best deals out there. But if you feel like this is shady and crappy, like I do, if you are bothered that your goodwill efforts to support creators that you value, whether it's me or someone else, creators that you value, have been just squashed, then maybe uninstall it. Consider uninstalling Honey. If you've never installed Honey, good for you. That's awesome. What is Webby Pumpkin going to do? Well, Webby Pumpkin has already uninstalled Honey. I actually gave them the reason. When you uninstall Honey, it asks you to help them improve. And I said I'm a content creator and I have evidence that Honey has taken my commissions for affiliate products. So they're done. But that's not the only thing that Webby Pumpkin is doing. Webby Pumpkin has also filed the paperwork to join the class action lawsuit that Legal Eagle is putting together. And I don't know what will become of it, but I do believe that there have been considerable damages to content creators everywhere. And even if I make nothing, if I don't get any, reparations from this, I am confident in what the Legal Eagle team is doing, because not only are they filing class action for damages, but they're also filing for an injunction to get Honey to stop this practice moving forward. It is disgusting, and it's one of those things that feels kind of like a dream killer to me, because it is it is taking away one of the stepping stones to reaching that level or goal of doing this full time, doing this for real, and that's really crappy. That's really crappy. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate that. I would like to end on a more positive note with you guys, though, and tell you about something that I'm doing called the Gamer Club. This is a link. This link will also be available inside of the descriptions and everything wherever you guys are watching this content back from. The Gamer Club is really cool. What is the Gamer Club? It's this idea that I had because my wife joined a book club. It was this idea that I had to make something like a book club, but for gamers. Instead of a book every month, I mean, reading is good. Still read books, friends. But instead of a book every month, we'll come together as a community and choose a game, and we'll play that game not necessarily together. We'll play it just like you would read a book on your own. You're not getting in a circle and reading out loud. I mean, you can do that, but if you guys want to play these games together, that's fine. That's not against the rules or anything. But we're all playing these games, shooting to finish or at least get a good taste, a good taste of the experience by the end of January. I'm going to talk about it a little bit every week during the web show, and then on the last week we'll jump into what everybody had to say, and then last week of January we'll pick another game for February, and we'll do that. And a lot of the inspiration around this was actually just me trying to get out of my own box. Like, my favorite type of game is 3D platformer collector. And I like Spyro the Dragon. He's my favorite. I love it. I love games like that. I loved Astro Bot. It was so good. And I have games that I don't necessarily like, but I think that I don't like RPGs. But what I'm learning about myself is maybe I just don't like random encounters. And so when I play an RPG that doesn't have that old school Pokemon, old school Final Fantasy random encounter mechanic, well, actually, I can enjoy the experience a little bit more. And so for me, it was about finding games or being introduced to games with people that I trust who are other gamers in the community that I otherwise might not play or might not give a fair chance because I don't really have any skin in the game. But needing to be able to talk about these games with other people adds a little bit of accountability and get some skin in the game. And it's open to anyone who wants to be in it. It is a closed group inside of my Discord. So if you're already in the Discord, just at me and say, hey, Webby Pumpkin, I would like to be a part of the Gamer Club, and I'll add you in. If you're listening back to this without video, then you won't be able to see that I'm showing the Discord on the screen. But it's literally just as simple as a text group, and we talk about it, and we vote about games, and we're gonna rock and roll and play great games. If you can see, then you get an idea of how this works. But this month, in January, we're playing Spiritfarer, and we voted on a couple. We voted between Ori and the Blind Forest, 9 Souls, and Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer won with 5 votes. So we're going to play that. We do take into consideration the consoles /PC /whatever you have, because we don't want to suggest any game that people can't play. You know, if no one in the group has a Switch, or if there's a few people in the group that don't have a Switch, then we're probably not going to play Mario Wonder. You know what I mean? We are going, to keep it there. Now, in the case of Spiritfarer, for example, most everyone in the group will be playing that on either PC or Xbox. But if you don't have either of those and you want to play Spiritfarer on a PlayStation, that's totally fine. I don't care what platform you play it on. If it is one of those games that is available on every platform or most platforms, play it on whatever you like. Play it on whatever you have. Play it wherever you get the best deal. Spiritfarer was like $5 on PlayStation, like whenever we picked this out. Get it where you get the best deal. Doesn't matter to me, but it's just about coming together, talking about the game, and enjoying the gaming culture and industry together. I'm actually going to get started on that game probably tonight, and I'll be streaming it on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday this month, I'll also be streaming Spiritfarer, so it's normally not my type of game. If you guys want to come in, if you like that game, you want to give me a little help with it, or just watch and hang out, do whatever, go for it. I'd be happy to have you in the chat. We stream on Twitch. The live show is every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then every Tuesday, Thursday, we stream as well at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Would love to hang out with you guys and get in the Discord. All those links will be in the description wherever they fit best, and that is basically the whole deal. Just let me know, guys. I do really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and doing this little web show again with me. I know that was kind of quick because I spoke quite quickly through it all. Just a quick episode, but I love this stuff. I love being in the zeitgeist about stuff like this, and I love you guys. Looking forward to getting some guests on the Webb Show for some fun conversations moving forward. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you tomorrow. You guys are the best.